People think Stockholm Syndrome is some rare, dramatic condition that only happens in hostage movies. Psychology sees it very differently. It's a deeply human survival response that reveals how our minds protect us in the face of overwhelming fear. So why do some people bond with those who harm them? That answer might surprise you. We live in a world that celebrates strength and quick escape from danger. Fight back, get out, don't look weak. But here's what psychology has quietly uncovered. In situations of prolonged threat and powerlessness, the human brain sometimes forms a bond with the very source of danger. Not because the person is broken, but because it's trying desperately to stay alive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden psychology of Stockholm Syndrome and what it teaches us about human behavior. Think about the moment your brain senses a threat it cannot escape. Maybe a controlling relationship that's slowly tightened over time. The fear rises, and something unexpected begins to shift. This pattern first gained attention in 1973 during a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden. Hostages held for 6 days began to sympathize with their captors. They defended them. They even resisted rescue. The world was shocked. But psychologists started to understand something profound. Here's something most people never consider. When escape isn't possible and danger continues day after day, the mind searches for any path to safety. Small acts of kindness from the person in control become lifelines. The brain latches onto them. This is why victims might feel gratitude for the smallest relief. Why they defend their abuser. Why they sometimes feel more anger toward rescuers. It's not weakness. It's the brain doing exactly what it evolved to do. Create psychological safety in an impossible situation. And because of that, a powerful cycle takes hold. What psychologists call trauma bonding. Fear and relief alternate, flooding the nervous system. The person isn't choosing loyalty. Their mind is desperately trying to regulate overwhelming stress. This leads to something quietly exhausting. They replay moments, rationalize behavior, and hold on to any sign of humanity in their captor. This isn't drama. It's the mind trying to make sense of chaos. But here's the deeper truth. Stockholm Syndrome shows us the incredible adaptability of the human spirit. The same capacity that lets us form loving bonds can, in extreme conditions, become a shield. The person who forms such a bond isn't failing. They're enduring. They're preserving hope when everything else feels lost. When you understand that, when you see these bonds not as strange weakness but as the brain's sophisticated attempt at protection, the whole picture of human behavior begins to shift. Here's the part that gets almost no airtime. People who experience this often carry a deep capacity for empathy. The same sensitivity that helped them survive can later become a source of strength once they find safety. So here's the question worth sitting with. What if the mind's most surprising responses aren't signs of brokenness? What if they are proof of how fiercely we are built to survive?